Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the last coffee chat show being hosted here on the Working Warrior Mom page. We are moving the show and moving the time. Let everybody get used to the fact that we are live, notifications being sent out, etc. Good morning, everyone. Tracy is MIA this morning. I don't know why. Not like her. Maybe she overslept. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Zara. Good morning, everybody. So, today's the end of an era, folks. Let me record our final Working Warrior Mom podcast. I am moving the show. For those of you that might know, I have another page on Facebook called Applying Happiness. That is the page that I use for my company, my business. I am moving everything over to that page. Good morning, Dodie. So, I started the show here, excuse me, on the Working Warrior Mom page. I think it's 2014. So that's 8 years. And I've been doing a Saturday morning show for 7 years. I kind of want my weekends back. So that's part of it. B, Antonio's going to be 22 this year. And the whole Working Warrior Mom vibe feels like an old iteration of me in a lot of ways. And therefore, I've lost a little bit my enthusiasm for doing the show off of this brand, and I want to broaden the net for the show, and I want to broaden the topic base into more talking about communication and inspiration and motivation and happiness and how to apply positive psychology into your daily life. And less about the struggling mom, stuff that it's just an old iteration of me, I guess, is the best way I can say it. So we're going to leave the Working Warrior Mom page will stay up, and we will post on it once a day. And we will be broadcasting the show on Monday mornings at 7:30 a.m. is the new time for Coffee Chat. And it will be broadcast by Applying Happiness, and it will cross-post onto the Working Warrior Mom. So if you are only following the Working Warrior Mom and you want to keep doing that, that's fine. Tracy, there you are. I was getting worried. I was going to start looking for Luke. So we'll cross-post the show. So you'll, as I said, if you're only following the Working Warrior Mom, you'll be able to see it still. I do recommend, if you want to keep up with me on the daily, I'm going to be doing more personal posts on Applying Happiness. We're still going to, be doing inspirational posts. As I said, I want to broaden who I'm speaking to. I want to widen the net. We want to talk more about positive psychology and effective communication, and we'll talk some about work stuff, and we'll talk some about just being an effective human being overall. So we'll move away from my subject matter being only geared toward women and moms, and we're going to move into just offering, lots of different topics for people. And Monday morning is a great time because it'll help you set up your week. So we'll be doing Monday mornings at 7:30 a.m. And we'll start that next week. So not this coming Monday, but the following Monday, which is, and I'll get you the date. Oh, that would be Monday perfect. Monday, May 1st. How about that? I didn't even realize. That's perfect. Monday, May 1st will be the new version of the Coffee Chat Show. We are building a new site for the Coffee Chat Show. So we'll have, we'll be doing new downloadables and Tracy's going to be working on, kind of like worksheets and different things, and we'll have a content calendar of what the topics will be, and we're just actually run it a little more efficiently than I have been. So what I wanted to just talk to you about this and the podcast. So here's what will happen with the podcast. I'm going to simply change the name on Spotify, and we'll change the URL. And that way all the old podcasts will still be available, but it will be under the new name. And all of those links, we will update the links when I have done that, so that even if you just go to the workingwarriormom.com, you will still be able to find the podcast. Now what's going to happen is all the new, I think the shows, if they're cross-posted, will still sit on the Working Warrior Mom page, as well as Apply Happiness. And then we do upload everything to YouTube as well, so that will keep happening. So really the only thing that's changing is the host of the show is Applying Happiness, that page. And the topic matter is going to broaden, and I'm going to move away from the whole kind of struggling mom thing. So what I wanted to talk about this morning is sometimes it's time to say goodbye to a version of yourself and let it go. I have been struggling with this since I changed the name of the page. When I got married again in 2019, obviously the Working Single Mom didn't feel right to me anymore. So I changed the name to the Working Warrior Mom, and that got us through another couple of years. And I really, it was between letting the show go for good or in reinventing the show. And Tracy and Kim both really asked me not to let the show go. So in order for me to stay authentic, and for me to be excited to do it and talk about, talk to you every week, I have to be talking about something that I feel is new and fresh for me. And I really just feel like in regards to being a single mom or a working mom and trying to go from one economic, place to another and trying to change your life and all those things I've been talking to you guys about for 8 years, all the shows are there. They're all there. All the podcasts are there. If you need help in those areas, you can simply go back and rewatch all those things, and all that content will not be taken down. So it's all there for you. It's also on YouTube. It's time to talk about something else for me. I've done a lot of work over the last couple of years, getting certifications and getting trained in certain things, and just recently was certified as a John Maxwell speaker, trainer, and coach. As you know, I'm the CEO of a national workforce development company. We're branching out into bigger things. We're about to do a name change as well. I really want to be now working with people on the ways that they communicate. I want to work with people on having a better understanding of themselves and their personalities and their behaviors. I want to really dig in with people to positive psychology and the small things that you can do to change your life every day that make a big difference. So it's not exactly new stuff. It's just in a different way, a wider net, a bigger conversation, another, iteration of myself, I guess. And want to encourage you guys that when you come to what seems like the end of a road, it doesn't have to be the end of the road. It could be the beginning. I'm just thinking of all the things, that we created under that brand, the books and the workbooks and the worksheets and the shows and the tiers that I've shared with you and everything. And we've got, 1.5 million people following the brand. And I created this brand out of nothing. I had an idea in 2014. I bought the domain name. I just started putting stuff on Facebook. People told me that it wouldn't work. They told me nobody would follow it. And lo and behold, 8 years later, here we are. People are still here. I'm still here. We're still here. I have come to a time where I feel like the biggest contribution that I could be to humanity is to help people be happier. I really believe that happiness is a tool. I believe that people require more happiness. And so I see people telling me it's been one of their safe places and it's been amazing. And keep in mind, I'm not going anywhere. So I don't want to lose any of you. I want you to come with me. I want you to just move over to the other page and come with me into what's new. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving the internet. I'm not stopping the show. We are just reinventing the name. You know, the Coffee Chat Show will still be the name of the show. We're reinventing who's hosting it. So Applying Happiness is the Facebook page, and it will now be the host of the Coffee Chat Show. We will keep up with the little the Warrior Mindset group that we have. So we will, we'll keep posting in there. We are going to be starting a new group off of the Applying Happiness page. And so we'll be sharing details of that as we move along. So I see people that have been following me for years saying it's been a fabulous ride. I just want to reiterate, just come over to the other side. Come over to the other page. I just want you to move with me. I don't want to lose you. It'll be weird to host the show from a different page, even though it's still my page, right? So I always try to share with you. I try to live out what I'm teaching you. I live out what I'm teaching you, which is why I have to do this, because I know that I've hit the end of the road with that brand and myself. I know that is no longer really representative of how I want to stand in the world. And I really want to stand under this Apply Happiness label. That feels very exciting to me, and it feels very ripe with possibility of all the different things that we can do. And together, as a force for happiness and good in the world, the world requires more happiness. The world requires more kindness and compassion. And I feel like I can make a bigger footprint with the Applying Happiness brand, and that all of you can too. Sometimes it's time to change things, and you don't have to change something. You don't have to give it up, right? You give up the old version and you reinvent it. So sometimes you actually leave things behind and you're done with them in total, and sometimes you just reinvent them so that they follow along with you. And this is one of those cases where I'm just reinventing this. I'm reinventing the Coffee Chat Show, and I'm reinventing what it means. And so I think for a lot of you too, Jen's just commenting that it's perfect. So there's a handful of you that follow me pretty tightly and closely, and everyone is at that point now where it's time to reinvent yourself. I recently cleaned out my closet last weekend, and I literally got rid of everything that didn't represent where I wanted to go. And so I shed all of that stuff, shoes and gowns that I was holding on to, like in case there was, I don't know, ever a formal that I needed to go to here in Vermont where nobody even dresses up. And I thought to myself, could I not could I not get a dress if I needed a dress? Because I was holding on from dresses since 2012 and 14, dresses that I wore to formal events when I lived in Tennessee. And they still fit. It wasn't that they didn't fit. It's just that you know, like, I'm working with some of you. We're doing this book club, right, on Kendra Hall's book, and you know, about the stories. And so I shared with the book club last Monday night on our Zoom that, you know, I have this old story. What if there isn't enough? Or like, what if I can't, you know, it's like, what if I can't get a new one? Or what if, you know, whatever, right? It's like a poverty story. So I let all that stuff go. I had shoes, like high heel shoes. I'm 55. It's not that I won't wear heels, but the heels that are like this, like I'm just not doing that anymore. I've been barefoot like here for too long, right? And those are just not comfortable. So I was holding on to all those. I don't even know why. So I just let all that stuff go. And then, you know, I'm letting this old version of myself go with the brand. And again, we're not taking anything down. So I just want to be really clear. We're going to leave it there. We're going to post once a day just to keep it alive so that people can still find it and everything. And all the videos are still there and all of that. So we're not taking anything away. It's just that anything fresh from me is going to be over on Applying Happiness. And I'm going to start making more personal posts on Applying Happiness and just kind of sharing more of the daily with you guys. So there'll be a little bit of a different posting strategy there. Yeah. I just look around this office, right? And they're so, I mean, the brand is up there on the wall in so many, I have like this vision board. My whole wall is a vision board. The books. Yeah. It's a big part of my life. It, you know, that chapter got you guys through stuff. It got me through stuff too. There were days there were days where the only thing that kept me going was knowing that I was being an example to you guys, and I would have to get on the show on Saturday morning and tell you something. So I thought I better keep going because, you know, I gotta be an example. I am one of those people that walks my talk. It's funny, we flew in one of my staff members from Florida. We did that. We did the first Apply Choose Happy event in Vermont, by the way, last week. I did this free event. I'm doing two of them, one in Vermont and one in Massachusetts. And we did the first free event in Vermont on Wednesday, and it was really good. It went over really well. And I flew in one of my staff people, and she's met me before, but she had not been to my house. So I brought her here from the hotel every day, you know, because we were working. And she said to me, you know, you really, like, you live what you teach us because your house is immaculate and, you know, everything is, you know, she said, she said, not that I thought that you didn't, but like you really do. You really do live what you are. You know, I teach them the same things I teach you, right? I talk to my staff the same way I talk to you guys. And that's the thing about me. Whatever I'm telling you, I'm living that. So if I'm talking about change and new iterations, like when I come up against something in my life that feels stale, I guess is the best way I can say it, then it's time to just let that go. And I've also been working like 6-7 days a week for like 2 decades. Yeah, probably like 20 years. And so I thought, you know, the seasons are short in Vermont, like the spring and the summer. And, you know, I have the show on Saturday morning, right? So whatever we do on Saturday, it's got to wait. It's got to wait till the show's over. And then if we are thinking about like going somewhere for the weekend or traveling, I'm like, well, we have to make sure there's good internet, and I've got to bring, like, we have to do the show or whatever. So I just thought, that it would be liberating to have my weekend, to actually have a whole weekend for the first time in 20 years. So that's that was part of it too. And then when I thought about moving the time, it was like, you know what? I think I just want to pivot and host it from the new page and all those things. So that's really my message this morning. And I guess it's my last message as the Working Warrior Mom host. It has been an incredible, it's been an incredible ride under this brand. And I look forward to all of the new conversations that I can have with you under the Applying Happiness brand. I look forward to helping you all see how to expand beyond where you are now with your communication and with your understanding of positive psychology, and how you can actually expand and grow your brain and your mind, and how it increases your longevity. And also we're going to talk about your relationships, and how those are really important. We're going to talk a lot about the Harvard study that they've been doing for 85 years, and what really matters in life is relationships. We're going to talk about kindness and compassion. We'll talk about some work things. We'll have some guests sometimes, some of my own staff. We'll talk about inspirational and motivational things as always. We're just going to do it under a different brand. So I have a small coaching group that is meeting in 8 minutes. So ladies that are on Coffee Chat, I'll see you over there. And I will see you on May 1st at 7:30 on Monday morning. It'll still show up on the Working Warrior Mom page as us going live, and it'll show up on Applying Happiness as well. And we'll make an event so that it reminds people. And I guess that's that. I guess we're peace out. It has been my honor and my privilege to host the show under this name. Really. You are all very dear to me, and I hope that you will come over and like the new page and get into some new conversations with us, and create a new version of yourself. As I create a new version of myself, you create a new version of yourself as well. Okay, so I will see you on May 1st for the first edition of the new version of the Coffee Chat Show. I love you guys with all of my heart, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the emails that you sent and all the kindness that you've extended to me, and helping me get through my mom's passing and just all the different things over the last 8 years. It's been my honor and my privilege. Okay, we'll say goodbye to the podcast, folks. I'll see my coaching group in a few minutes. Give me a few minutes to go blow my nose. Peace be with you guys, and I'll see you on May 1st on the other side. All right. Have a great weekend.